Ahoy there! I'm back at our off-grid little piece of land in North Vancouver Island. It's early March, and today, March 5th, is the first anniversary of when we first bought the property. Happy anniversary! Surveying the property is one of the most interesting, most fun and also quite challenging tasks in this environment. The thing is, our property is very long. It's about 700 meters something. But we need to figure out the property boundaries, not only so that we know we can build trails, but also to find where there are possibly other property markers. They look like white pegs stuck in the ground where the actual metal pin is, but lots of those are lost, or they are somewhere in the bush. So in order to find the proper boundaries, I brought some tools. I have this app called Theodolite, and it's a very fancy app. It gives you like the angles, the azimuth, and everything. You can take pictures. But the problem is that the devices actually don't measure orientation correctly. They can be off by several degrees. My previous iPhones was actually completely messed up. It was like 86 degrees off, and it made this app completely useless. So for this job I'm going to rely on a good old compass. So I'm basically just going to follow the bearing of the property line, which should be about 72 degrees through this forest, and hopefully I will meet with some property marker somewhere on the top. Alright, let's get to it. So I started by taking back bearing to the line that I already surveyed last year. It goes back to the lake, and I know exactly where that property marker is over there. Now that I have verified the back bearing, I will just go and take a measurement. So I got, I would say about maybe halfway in. Larry came to do some work with the excavator on the neighbor's property, so it's a little noisy here. With you back down where I came from, and here is where I am headed. So I think from now on it will be a little bit hard. It's also interesting to see that there are still some rocks that keep coming down from the ground, so one has to be really careful about. I got about halfway, I would say about halfway through in that thick bush, but it just became too dangerous. The rocks are very loose there. So fortunately I have some waypoints that I recorded with my GPS. So what I will do is start from the other side in the afternoon, see how far I can get, and if I can see some of the white posts that I put in the forest. Here's our other property line that at some point I will also want to survey. I already did the lower part of it. You can see the orange flags going down. You know, I always liked geography and measuring things, so it's kind of fun, but it is really physically demanding in this terrain. So I'm going in small pieces, you know, a little bit at a time. Plenty of time to do this. There is no rush. This is off-grid bound. So I mentioned earlier that Larry came by and I got to talk to him, and we went upstairs and he said, oh, why don't I start working on that right away? So there is Larry coming here and I will follow him, and we will start clearing that top portion where I was bushwhacking a couple of weeks ago. Here we are where we were just a month ago, and while Larry is doing his thing, I'm going to mark some blue flags here to mark the place where he should clear it off. And once again I'm in total bramble here. Poor Cindy, she can't even make it through this bush. Už tam budu, Cindyku. Yeah. This is probably the hardest part for me emotionally, to see all these trees ripped out. And there are some good trees that would have deserved to continue living, but most of this is garbage wood. It is what grew after they logged out this area some decades ago, and never, I don't know if it was just left to grow, if they put some seedlings in, but you know, as I have shown, this is not something that can grow into nice big healthy trees, and it's not even the original rainforest that would have like the three layers. So, as I said, it's hard, but at the same time I think it will improve the location, and we are determined to start planting trees. There are some seedlings along the roadway here, so we just need to bring some brigade of people, friends and family, and we'll start planting trees in open areas where they can grow into nice big healthy trees. Half an hour earlier I was walking right there. Cindy, come. So while I was working at the bottom, Larry was doing his bidding here, and yeah, we have a big pile of wood that will need to be hauled away. We also have some trees that we need to clear of the branches, and hopefully that will provide some wood for milling, for construction, for decking and siding and that sort of thing. This is where we would build our house. There is still a lot of work that needs to be done here, you know, bring in some fill, pack it so that we have a solid foundation. This is where I was putting those flags yesterday. I can be pretty precise with that big machine. Well, this is it for this episode of Off Grid Bound. Have a great day, enjoy life, and I will talk to you the next time.